a whole new world. I mean, a whole new head of hair to see. This is my afro hair from way up. What's up guys, welcome to All Things GhoCee, aka Shoshana. So in today's video, I will be talking about shed hair and whether the seasons play a role in this. You may think I'm crazy for keeping my dead strands, but what was supposed to be a monthly experiment actually turned into a 4.5-year experience. Now, nevertheless, in my attempt to reduce the strands of hair that I lose, or at least the numbers, I decided that alongside my hair journey, I definitely wanted to find out, does season play a role? Does my hair grow throughout the summer, shed throughout the winter? What is it? Am I doing the right hair care routine? How am I losing more hair strands throughout maybe the winter periods than the summer, and the reasons for that? So, without further ado, let's get into the video. But before we do that, I just want to give a big shout out to, let me just grab my notes, Maricia Deans, Stacey Ann Lindsay, Regina Abeda, and Christine 1962-4. Guys, you've guessed correctly, I am from the Caribbean, in particular Jamaica. So, wagwan, and shout out to any of my Jamaican watchers and subscribers, and of course, everyone else around the world that's tuning into my videos. Now that the virtual congratulations are over, roll clip. Many of us women is tied to our femininity. I guess it's more of a sense of safety, almost like a blanket. And for many of us, it's a part of us, and it's also a part of our expression. Ultimately, our hair and what we can do with it is incredibly amazing. And the amount of styles that I know, women of color, Caucasians, Asians, just all women around the world are just incredibly diverse in terms of the styles and what they can do. But the most heartbreaking thing for anybody who's actually trying to grow hair is losing it and not know why. I mean, apart from there being an underlying health condition, how is the condition of your scalp? And is it that the seasons is impacting the amount of shedding that you're experiencing throughout your wash days? And how can you address that? But more importantly, if you are trying to grow your hair, how can you keep your hair in that growth stage for as long as possible without losing as many strands? Outside of the day-to-day 50 to 100 strands, how can you retain 6 to 7 years worth of hair? And in what phase would be the best? Yes, indeed, it does. According to researchers, it plays a role. In fact, it plays a big role. So do not freak out, all of you out there that are experiencing periods throughout the year where your hair sheds a lot more, because ultimately, it does. Now, in terms of hair and its natural life cycle, I would say a typical strand of hair has a life cycle of between, I guess, 24 to 72 months. That is between 2 and 6 years. So do not worry if you experience, like I said, hair loss throughout that period. Now, before I explain to you the 3 cycles of hair loss, throughout the hair growth period, I want to show you what my 4.5 years of hair shedding, and that includes cutting hairs or trimming my ends as well over the last 4.5 years. Be aware, it's actually another head. Oh God, here we go. I've been collecting this, including my last wash day, guys. I've included that as well. Here we go. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? This is incredible. It's so bouncy. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Let me just give you a close-up of this. And I'm going to put it side by side to my head so you can see. This is what 4.5 years of my natural hair journey looks like. So, and like I said, that includes trimming my ends. That includes shed hair, and that also includes chopping away my dead ends from the periods when I was transitioning. Now, I did not relax my hair, but I did burn my hair to the point where it was dead and I hated it, and my ends were super thin, and it wasn't growing past a certain point, and I wanted to make a change, like I said. So, but guys, look at this. Look at this. This is huge. Now, my partner thought I was strange for collecting it, but I knew one day I wanted to share it with the world. I'm just gonna put it right here for the duration of the remaining part of this video, okay? My little hair baby. Alright guys, so let's get back into this. Now I want to explain to you the 3 phases of how I and yourself came to be in terms of this. Oh, this actually has a little bit of weight. Just gonna put it back here nicely in a little hair barber. Ooh, missed one. Now to explain the hair cycle itself, the 3 stages. So I'm just gonna grab my notes for this, guys. The anagen phase. Now this is where the hair actively grows for an average of 2 to 7 years before the hair follicles become dormant. Now, during this phase, your hair can grow anywhere between 18 to 30 inches. I know some of you are thinking, okay, I've been growing my hair for ages, but it hasn't reached 18 or 30 inches now. This is where there's a variant. This could be due to genetics, it could be due to, age, it could be health, and of course, other factors play a part. The next is the transitional phase, called the catagen phase. This lasts between 2 to 3 weeks, where the hair stops growing and detaches from the blood supply, also known as club hair. Finally, the hair enters the telogen phase. This begins where the hair is resting. It's like a resting period. So the hair remains in the root while the new hair grows beneath that. And this can last for an average, or I guess around 3 months. Therefore, for optimum hair growth, it's recommended that you try to keep your hair growing for as long as possible in the anagen phase. And in order to do that, that could be achieved through diet, guys. It could be health, and it can also be due to, of course, product care. Ultimately, you want to take care of your scalp health, because that is where you're going to experience healthy hair in terms of its growth. And by keeping your scalp nourished and clean and find the right products that can continue hair growth throughout that 2 to 7 year period in the anagen phase, it's going to give you optimal results. It's believed that in the telogen phase, once that sets in, that could be at the end of the summer and the beginning of autumn. This is where the hair rests rather than grows. It's thought that during the winter period, of course, the hair needs less sun protection. So that means less hair growth, and likely to mean an increased amount of hair shedding. So there's no use stressing over dead keratin, guys. So my advice would be, like I said before, just to focus on your scalp health and keep your hair nourished from root to tip, okay? Oh, and by the way, before we end this video, I think we've definitely established that yes, the seasons do play a role. And if you think I spent the last 4.5 years counting those strands, think again. But I must tell you guys that when I do my monthly hair wash, I do check to see how much hair I have lost, and just basically checking if it's due to how I detangle my hair. Am I being rough? Am I putting in styles that are too tight? Am I not using the right hair utensils, for example? Just how I am, how is my mood as well. And like I said before, your health does play a role in this. So a whole new head. Now guys, if you want to take up this challenge, how about you try a monthly one? And if you want to keep hold of your hair for 4.5 years throughout a hair journey process, for example, do so. I would love for you guys to send me some pictures, either through my email, my Instagram, add me on Instagram, because I would love to compare. If mine is bigger than yours, let me know. Sorry, I'm like dying of laughter on the inside. A whole new world, a whole new head of hair to see. This is my afro hair from way up there. I'm in a whole new world. Okay, enough messing around, guys. I'm ending this video, and I'm ending it on a positive note. So if you like what you see, don't forget to comment and subscribe, as well as share this video with your friends, your family and relative. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can stay ready whenever I'm ready. So until next time, guys, bye. Roll clip.